Hi everybody, hi my sweet lifers. It's Alisamurray here in the Sweet Life Kitchen hanging out with Carl.
How's it going?
We're doing the Two Chef Show.
Sharing what we know.
And today we're making a beautiful lime chicken with blackberry salsa. It's going to be delicious, guys. What I've done is I have taken chicken.
Can't go wrong with chicken.
In this particular instance, I've used leg and
the quarters.
The quarters, yep.
Okay.
And I've got in here olive oil, black pepper, and I've got zest of 3 limes, and I've got lime juice. And this has been in the refrigerator marinating overnight.
It's a good lime juice. Believe it or not, don't let it throw you off. It's used in It's used in multiple recipes that I even know. It works. So don't. I mean, a lot of people may know that. I don't know.
Right.
But believe me, it works. It does. It's not going to make your chicken super limey or anything like that. It's very, very good.
Right, and it's interesting because a lot of people just automatically go to lemon. But lime is really a great alternative.
Yeah.
Different flavor, palette, but alternative, really good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put in this, I'm going to use the cast iron skillet here for this one. And what I want to do is I'm going to put in there what I think is,
Almost full stick.
Almost a full stick right there. So I'm going to give this to you. If you'll get that nice and
melt some butter.
melted up. And then we're going to pan fry these chicken pieces in there. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of black pepper, red pepper flakes and black pepper more on it. And then I'm going to slice up lime and squeeze it as well once we get them crusted. And then after we do that, we're going to work on our blackberry salsa that goes on the top.
Nice.
Okay. And then another idea that's really beautiful with this is to serve it with either a rice pilaf or risotto with some fresh grated Parmesan. You could certainly do a side with some grilled vegetables, especially if you're doing it for the summer.
Yeah.
Got a lot of really nice vegetables in the garden, some zucchini or some carrots, some tricolored carrots would be pretty as well. But if you're going to put a starch with it, I definitely would suggest it be like a rice pilaf or a risotto, something like that, not a pasta.
Yeah.
And not regular rice.
Okay.
It needs to be risotto or something like that. All right, Carl's got that butter all buttered up and all melted down. Take two of those. Yeah, bring that over to me for 1 second. I want to lay these in just so you can see. When we get a bigger budget, we'll have a different situation. But until we get a bigger budget, I wanted to lay these in.
Y'all help us.
I want you to hear a sizzle. Hear a sizzle. Now this is skin on. Very important. Skin on.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to get a crust on that, right? And once you get a crust on that, then I'm going to come back over there and I'm going to sprinkle some stuff on it. Some lime, more lime, and get that cooking up. That's going to take some time to do that.
All right.
But that's your job next.
All right.
And then I'll be right back to you. And while you're working on that, I'm going to actually start preparing the salsa with the blackberries. So I'm going to be right back at you for that as well. Boy, I wish we had smell-o-vision, guys. It just is a crying shame that we don't. It really is a crying shame that we don't. Some good stuff up in this kitchen today. That's gorgeous, isn't it? That's what I want to see on those chicken. I want to see a brown, gorgeous skin. And now I'm going to zest some more lime on it, and I'm going to toss a couple of pinches of the red pepper flakes. Let's see if I can get that off of there. And just sprinkle it on. Yeah, that's good. Alright, a little bit of red pepper flakes. Not too much, because
Not too spicy.
we don't want to do it too spicy. We know how that goes.
Yeah.
Now, for the salsa, easy, so easy. I need you to get some fresh blackberries. I need you to get some small tomatoes, preferably the little tiny ones that are cute and sweet, some cilantro, and some green onion. And we're going to put all this together. I'm actually going to cut the blackberries in half because I want there to be some of the juice in the salsa over this lime chicken. And so I'm going to slice those up first. Well, I think they'll all swim on the floor. We'll let it go. And we're going to just dice all this stuff up and stir it together. Once that chicken is finished, you just pour this over the top. And it is a beautiful, bright, summery chicken dish. The only caveat is you do need to be able to put it in that marinade overnight. So if you're thinking about making this recipe, it does make a difference to put the olive oil and the lime in there with, like I said, a lot of pepper. And make sure that you've got the time for it to actually marinate that chicken. So we slice these up. I love blackberries. I've got blackberries out there in the sweet life garden, but the birds get them. And last year, I put a net on it. And y'all, a bird got caught in that net, and I went out there, and I saw that bird, and I got that bird out of that net. I took that net right off that blackberry bush. I said, I'll buy my blackberries at the farmer's market, thank you very much. I'm not going to have responsibility over my head for having accidentally harmed a bird.
Right.
Just, there's certain things that's not as important to me as others. And on the show, you'll see, probably next week actually, Carl and I released 3,000 ladybugs into the garden to take care of those aphids. Those are not animals that I'm too worried about. I want those to go away. They mess with my tomatoes. But just this afternoon, before Carl came to do the show, I was out shooting babies in the garden, and the girls saw more monarch butterfly caterpillars just chomping away at the parsley. So I don't know if there'll be much parsley by the time they get through, but I'm letting them have their run as well, because I love my butterflies, and the butterflies are more important than the parsley. So I'll just do what I have to do there. So I want you to take this green onion. I've got about 4 pieces here. It's up to you how much consistency you want in it, right? You know, some people like more of a savory than they do a sweet. But that lime on that chicken lends itself very well to having a little bit of an onion. And you wouldn't normally think about putting onions and blackberries together, which is why I really wanted you guys to see this recipe, because it's a really nice summer recipe to have. This is some cilantro that I'm just going to chop up real fine and thin. Another combination you don't normally see is tomatoes with blackberries either. And so it's a nice little salsa to make. Another thing you could do if you have mangoes, and you don't have, blackberries, you could certainly use the mangoes as well. Now the key to this on the tomatoes is I want you to get them up little itsy bitsy pieces. Don't just chunk a tomato in there. Really chop them up fine, because they need to be just a little bite on the palate whenever you're taking that chicken in. More blackberry than tomato is your ratio.
And also, you'll see, I'm checking temperatures over here. You're going to remember, with any type of fowl, with any poultry, right?
Yep.
Need to be at least 165 degrees internal temp on that.
Where are we at?
We're around 150 right now.
Y'all remember, don't forget, I asked Carl for that little gizmo, that little gadget. We're in August shortly here. Christmas is coming. And that's what I want for Christmas from Carl. It's one of those little cute, lasery. I've been eyeballing it for years. And I think using a thermometer is a way easier way of getting that job done.
It certainly is. And it'll prevent you from, there's all different ways of cooking every meat, but it'll prevent you from drying chicken and turkey and things like that out. You want it to be done, you just done enough now. everything changes, it's different whenever I'm smoking things and whatever else, you know, I use different processes. I at least have the right temperature, but sometimes I go above. It just depends, but definitely, I haven't forgot.
I know.
I'm going to, before the day's over, I'm going to order her gift. That's a lot. I did forget, but now that she said it.
I reminded you.
That's right.
All right, guys, so that's that. Beautiful. I'm going to also add a little bit more of this zest, this lime in here. And I'm going to add a little bit of the lime juice as well. And then I'm going to put a little smidge of salt. That was a juicy one. All right. Put in a little bit of salt. My hands are wet with the lime, so give me a pinch. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, come over here and grab my wooden spoon. Give this a toss. Beautiful, guys. Look how gorgeous that salsa is. Pretty, 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 pretty. All right. Gonna let that sit for a little bit. If you wanted to, and you had the time, you can stick it in the refrigerator, just cover it with a little bit of saran wrap or something, and let it sit and marinate a little bit while you're waiting for the chicken to get done. And as soon as we get it done, I'll be right back. All right, everybody, Carl's got it done. Check it out. Beautiful pan-fried limed chicken. It's beautiful. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this gorgeous salsa that we just made with all of that yumminess. We're just going to pour it right over the top. Just like that. And let everybody get whatever they want to get. Family style.
Wow.
It's a beautiful dish. Gorgeous for a summer night in Houston, Texas, that's for sure. Summer nights. You know that old song I used to play whenever I was in high school, Strawberry Wine? This reminds me of blackberry salsa instead of strawberry wine. It's so beautiful though. Guys, it's just absolutely stunning. It's a stunning dish. Stunning dish. Listen, we hope that you have found some value in this today. If you have, please do us a favor. Like and share. Don't forget to ring that bell. And if you do have any other ideas about some stuff that you'd like for us to cook, we would love to have that. Tell us in the comments below. We'll be glad to whoop it up for you. Try to come up with a recipe if there's some ingredients that you are just dying to learn how to use. The next thing we're going to be working on is some dragon fruit, because so many people have reached out to me. They don't know what to do with it. I've got it growing out there in the garden, and it's an absolutely fantastic fruit to have. And but anyway, this is just, gosh knows, this is stunning. I can't wait to taste this.
Man.
Yep. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Take care.